didn't hear much.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Futures are up. Check it out.
It certainly does. I mean,
Is the super blue blood moon, David? Look at
And
this.
check this out, guys. Super blue blood moon. I saw this on the way back from taking my girlfriend to the airport. It wasn't like this, but it was like half covered, like a half eclipse going. It was crazy. Apparently, it hasn't been visible in North America for the last 150 years. Was the last time you could see it. Anyways, all right. So check it out. Nvidia, Microsoft, Facebook, all up. We got Home Depot is up. This is looking good. Oh, and check out Boeing. Oh my gosh, in Advanced Micro. Woo. Check out those futures. Man, today should be a pretty good day, guys. Sorry I was showing the TV so much, but welcome back to Road to the 2 Comma Club. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm expecting a good day today, obviously, but hopefully it holds. I'm pretty sure the reason everything's going up is because I bought put options yesterday on Spider and the QQQ. So again, you're welcome. I seriously have the worst luck with put options. Like, the day I buy put options, the day after, I start losing money. The only time I've ever made money with a put option was when Equifax had that whole scandal. Even then, I had to get out like in 5 days, because if I held on longer, I would have lost money because Equifax went right back up again. So I think it's just kind of more proof that the market is strong, the economy is strong. Again, it's always strong until it's not, as people say. So you can't really predict the future, but it's just funny. My track record with puts is like the worst. So anyways, the market opens in an hour and a half, so I think I'm going to take a little bit nap, even though I'm so excited. I might just start editing, I'm not sure. But yeah, so we'll see what happens when the market opens. So see you in a bit.
Posting better than expected fiscal third quarter profit. That's
Nintendo doing very well.
In 8 years. Nintendo also raising its full year forecast.
That's pretty cool. I still don't have a Switch. I still want to get one really bad. I just
Nintendo Switch game console
don't have the extra cash for that right now. I really want it though.
Check out shares of Boeing this morning. The jet maker earning an adjusted.
Check it out though, Boeing.
For the fourth quarter. A Dow component really on fire this morning.
Upbeat guidance on fire. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Shout out again. He gave me the recommendation for Boeing. I only bought one call, but man, I'm glad I did. Watch this. He calls him Joe.
Joe, clearly the Democrats.
He called him Joe. He was like, "It's Andrew, but go ahead." Oh, that was awesome. Hey, actually, so update. It's 9:45 a.m. I actually decided before I started editing to make a list of the calls that I'm currently in the money on, because I haven't really checked, to be honest. So I made a list over here. So what actually something really cool, there's on this website Market Watch, which there's always articles written by them. You can make your own watch list and keep a list here, especially if you like create an account, it'll save it for you. So what I did was I made a list of every single position that I have calls for, even a couple that I have puts for, and I made a list, and it looks like I'm in the money on all of these calls right now. So, and I'm actually in the money quite a bit with the Netflix one, because Netflix is currently sitting at 277. So we're really, really deep in the money on that one. And I want to say Boeing is the other one that we're pretty deep in the money on. I should put the percentages next to it, but you can see there Boeing's at 356 and we're at 310. So we're in the money quite a bit with these. And so I'm going to probably sell a lot of these and then either buy them back or buy back maybe a little bit less of them. I'm going to try to keep some extra cash because I do want to get back into Alibaba, but I also want to get back into stocks a little bit to like kind of start to lower my risk a little bit. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna think about it for a sec. Okay, so I wrote the percentages down, and it looks like I'm very, very deep in the money on Netflix, Boeing, and Weight Watchers right now. So I think those are going to be the three that I sell first, and then probably EA Sports after that. But yeah, all right, I'm going to make up my mind, do some trades, and then I'll show you guys a little bit later. Actually, I do want to show you this real quick. So obviously if I were to sell Boeing right now at the market price, it would probably sell at this price, and then this would get bumped up to that. So I'm wondering if I do a limit, if that'll affect it in any way. I kind of had this question before, but I forget what happened. So I'm going to set it to like, let's say 64.50. And let's just put it for today. Let's see if that, wait, your account does not have enough long option contracts. Oh, you know what happened? So apparently I have an outstanding order right now with this. So I would actually have to cancel this if I want to place the order now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So yeah, I got to cancel this. Okay, so now I can actually go ahead and sell it. Alright, so I'm hitting review order right now just to see what happens. So I'll get this much back if it sells. Let's place the order and see if it does anything. It looks like it did. Wow. Okay, so I guess it's a good thing I did that because I'm not 100% sure if I had clicked market if it would have sold at that bid price. But it looks like I got out at that price. So that'll actually bump this profit up for today because it was showing as 0 before, the Boeing. So when I click refresh, dang! So there you go. So yeah, I got some money to play with now. I'm gonna probably buy another Boeing call. I mean, they've just been doing so well. I might get another one for out of the money, and then, but hopefully I want to keep some extra cash left over. So I'm gonna do some more trades, and then we'll see where we're at. Alright, I'm going to show you one more thing because I was looking at my unrealized gains and losses, and Weight Watchers I'm up 187%. So even though I'm up 17% into the money, I'm up a less return, and I think it's just because I must have bought a strike closer to the money when I bought it. With Home Depot, check out Home Depot. Let me scroll up here. Home Depot, I'm only in the money 3.6%, but check out my return, 369%. So I'm thinking I must have bought this call way out of the money when I got it. So yeah, I think I'm going to sell Home Depot even though I'm only 3.6% in the money. I think I'm going to sell that call just because I'm up such a high return. Might as well take my profits now. So I think that's a good strategy to do. If you agree or disagree, please comment below. If you think I should have held down longer since I still have a lot of time left to expiration, or if I should just sell and then buy new ones. So comment below, please. Thank you guys so much. I did some trades, but we'll talk about it later. I'm just looking at Amazon right now because my stop price was $149, and it's like $57 higher than that, which would, if I were to just sell it at this price, or even just $50 more, that would be 10 grand extra profit. So I'm considering doing that and just picking up some new calls because I still think their earnings is going to be good, so I kind of want to position myself to make a nice return if they do go up. So I'm thinking I might get out of Amazon today finally and then buy some more.
CapEx has really been in focus for Facebook.
Check out Facebook. Look at that reversal. Huge reversal right now. It is back up. Hopefully we'll have a really good day tomorrow. I'm going to take a quick nap and then we're going to see how we did for the day. And then we'll talk a little bit more. What's up, guys? We're back. I'm going to celebrate because we had a really good month this month. We finished up like 129,000 and some change, and so I'm just so grateful for that. I'm going to celebrate by having a beer, and I'm going to do some reading of some articles so I can talk about it later. But just want to give you guys another special thanks again for watching me and you know, sticking with me while I catch up in the vlog. So again, thank you so much, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. It's 10 o'clock now, a little bit past 10, so we gotta do the recap real quick before it resets, and then I'll talk about some stuff. There's just a lot going on right now today. It's just, volatility is just so crazy right now. Alright, so we made some money today. We got really lucky those last 2 days before today, so Monday, Tuesday, those big sell-off days, we managed to skate by with only a $1,700 loss, and then we made about almost 7 grand today. So I mean, really happy with how the month ended. We had a really good month. I think we made about 129,000. I think I mentioned that already. Yeah, I think I did. I'm not sure, but 129,449 and 64 cents profit for this month, which is just amazing because that's more than we made last year, the whole last year. And so I'm just really worried about February. People have been saying we're gonna have probably a nice size correction, maybe even 10%. 10 to 15% or something like that. So I'm just really worried about that. But the trades again I sold Boeing, Netflix, Weight Watchers, and then I bought Netflix, sold Google, bought Google again, sold Amazon, bought Amazon, and I'm kind of worried. I mean, Amazon I do want to hold right now, but I'm kind of worried about these other ones. If there is a correction, I just open up these new positions, spend a bunch of commission money, and if I were to sell them again right away, I'm just spending more commissions. But I guess if I could dodge a big hit, it definitely would be worth it. I still got these open orders, these open stop orders on Home Depot, Intel, Analog Devices, Adobe, Nvidia. I got 2 Adobe calls there. So it's just, yeah, just a lot. Tomorrow's gonna be really, really, really crazy. Just gotta keep an eye on this like non-stop. But as far as today goes, we had a lot of good winners here. We had EA Sports did really, really well. Take-Two, Tesla had a really good day. Wow, I didn't even notice that. So that was huge. And then Amazon, of course. These are the new calls I bought, by the way, but the ones that we had before were up about the same. So then here are the losses. We got Intel did bad, but then Align and Netflix. Netflix did drop a little bit today, so that kind of sucks. Let's go to the watch list, though. 1 second. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Sorry. All right, so here is the watch list. We got a couple of marijuana stocks on the front page. We got Take-Two did really well. EA Sports, obviously, Nintendo, all had really good earnings. So with AMD, Boeing had a good one, and then I'm not sure if Square had earnings or not, but they did really well today. And then Tesla, also Microsoft. Microsoft reported good earnings as well, and I think it was after the bell actually they reported. I'm not 100% sure, but Facebook also reported after the bell today, and we'll talk about that. Here's the second page. I believe Qualcomm also had pretty good earnings, and there's Nvidia, so that's really good. Here's 3, here's 4, here's page 5, and here's page 6. There's Netflix. Man, bad day for Netflix, but they're still up a ton for the month, so we're just going to keep a really, really close eye on that. And then here's the last page. Okay, so I'm going to go downstairs because that's where I got my notes, so I'll see you in a sec. Okay guys, so let's talk a little bit. I got a lot of stuff here, but I'm going to try to whip through it so that's not too long. General overview of today is, okay, January's over. Had a good month. Market's going up a lot. People are worried that the market's going to have a correction. And then you have just people freaking out about that. Janet Yellen is officially not the head of the Fed anymore. It's that Jerome Powell guy now, and people are expecting him to kind of continue what Janet Yellen has done because she's been able to kind of lower the overall deficit or something like that I read. She's done a decent job, basically, is what the short version of it is. So they didn't announce that they're going to raise rates right now, but people are thinking that they're probably going to in March. I think that's what they might have said even. So again, do your own research on that. I'm just kind of paraphrasing just to kind of get a general understanding of what's going on. So there's a lot of uncertainty. When that happens, like volatility goes up. When volatility goes up, swings just kind of go crazy. You have a lot of days where you make a lot of money and lose a lot of money. People are freaking out. I think it's just kind of crazy. But in general, again, I like to think long term, like really, really long term. And I was reading an article that said the 9-year stock rally still has years left. And I'm going to go over this article right now to talk about it. It says one of Wall Street's most bullish strategists, but this guy's name is Jeffrey Sout. He's a Raymond James analyst. He says that the 2-day plunge was not the beginning of the end of the stock bull market. So he said the short-term models show some signals of potential downside vulnerability, but the market rally long-term remains intact. That's what he's saying. And then BTIG's Katie Stockton says, we need several more percent to the downside to work off sentiment excesses in the market. Basically saying sentiment got too high in the market, and now we need a little bit more of a pullback to kind of get people to calm down and put them in check. Which again, it's just a correction. Basically, February might be a rough month, and I'm not sure what my strategy is going to be, whether I'm going to hold or sell everything and then just kind of wait for down days to incrementally buy stuff back. I think that's what I should do. It just sucks because I'm gonna be spending so much money on commissions. Like, like I spend like probably $9 to $10 on average each time I trade, buying or selling. And so, I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, if it helps me not have like a day where I lose 30 grand, I guess those little $10 commissions here and there really don't mean that much in the grand scheme of things. I've never sold everything before and like just held cash. I've never done that before. I kind of always had my money invested in something. And maybe this is something I need to learn to do. And we're going to see what happens in February, but I think I might do that just to kind of discipline myself and try to become a better trader. I always see like experts say, keep some cash on hand, buy dips and stuff. And I believe in that. But usually when dips happen, I'm like selling something and then waiting for it to go down and buying back in. I'm never really sitting on a bunch of cash prior to that. And so I think that's one of my weaknesses I need to work on. And this February will be a very good test of whether I can do that or whether I'm just going to get excited for a good day and then just hold on to stuff and then just get smashed a day later. Like I'm not sure how it's going to play out. But anyways, this guy, Jeffrey Sout, or whatever how you pronounce his name, he says the market has been generally moving higher for about 9 years, or that's what the article is saying, but he's been in finance for nearly 50 years, and he said his long-term model has been positive since October 2008, but short-term there were some signals of potential downside vulnerability in February. They said his modeling has been pretty accurate over the years, and he said that sentiments has gotten too optimistic, and over the past few weeks we pulled on our horns a little bit, but it's just in the context of a secular bull market. And the article says the term secular bull market is financial speak for a bull market trend that's happening over time. And I was actually hearing Jim Cramer talk about the term secular, so I'm kind of learning how that word is being used today. But yeah, it's basically like a long-term trend when they use that word secular. But he said these things tend to last 14 plus years. So we're 9 years in. I think you've got at least another 5, 6, 7 years left in this thing, and not many people believe it, he said. So if that was the case, we will be just fine, and I really do hope that he's right. Like I'm really, really hoping he's right. Knocking on wood, I really hope he's right because we still got a lot of time left in this market to capitalize and make some really good gains. And I think with everything that's going on in the tech industry with artificial intelligence, self-driving cars, cloud computing, there's just so much stuff that's going to happen regardless of whether the market goes up or down. And Apple, like these companies have so much cash that they're going to keep on going. And so I do think we could see some still good years ahead. I'm on their side. Katie Stockton, she tends to focus more on short-term trends. She says that the greatest risk of a shallow pullback of the past 2 sessions is the market sentiment turning too negative. She says, I think we need several more percent to the downside. That would help work off some of the sentiment excesses that the market has. But she says, of course, it would be associated with market volatility, but it would be very short-lived. And so I really hope that she's right. And so I can handle a bad month as long as the whole year is not bad. And I like to think I handle losses okay. I mean, we lost 30 grand in November. I wasn't like selling my car and putting the house up for sale. Like I wasn't doing that. I wasn't freaking out. I was just trying to keep my head level and just kind of analyze the situation. But yeah, I'm going to try to limit my downside this month as much as possible. Having said that, I apologize that was a long-winded discussion, but lots of good things with earnings. Boeing, when the Dow was up to 250 points today earlier, the Boeing contributed to half of that. So that just shows how much Boeing was up today. And they're they're a pretty big component of the Dow. But yeah, they had a really good day today. Facebook earnings beat estimates. So total revenue is $12.97 billion versus $12.55 billion. They noticed that users are spending about 50 million hours less per day towards the end of last year, which scared investors, which is what made the stock go down. But then they said that the recent changes that they're trying to make to the newsfeed to make it more valuable to its consumers, and it's creating more monetization opportunities. And the average price per ad increased 43% during the quarter, and their quarter revenue increased 47% from a year earlier. And so all that made people really excited again, and then their stock started to go up. So Facebook is just, I think they're focusing on the right things. They're not trying to be too greedy. They're trying to make sure that the news, because they want to keep their consumers, and in the end, that's what's going to keep them valuable. And so I think that's why they keep beating on revenue, is because they're focusing on the right things. Mark Zuckerberg is really adamant about getting rid of fake information, fake news. They blocked all ads for cryptocurrencies. Although my friend thinks it's because they're coming up with their new current cryptocurrency, which could very well be the case. I think that could be true, but I also think it's because there's a lot of scams in cryptocurrencies, and Facebook doesn't want to be known as like a minefield of scam advertisements where people go on to look at their friends' news feeds. Next thing you know, they get sucked into a freaking BitConnect scam, and you lose a bunch of money. So I think Facebook doesn't want that toxicity to spread. And with like with the election in 2016 with Russia, they kind of want to do a better job at making the news feed a safer place to go. And so I think that's a good thing. So let's go to Microsoft. So again, they have a new CEO for the past I think his 4-year anniversary was like today or something like that. He's been for 4 years, Nadella, his last name, I forget his first name, but he's been a really, really good CEO so far. And he's been focusing on cloud computing and cloud stuff because as their PC sales have been slumping, and it's been doing very well for the company. And let's see, so even though they had a $13.8 billion tax bill with the new tax code, so they did report a net loss, but their revenue has been going up. He said they're in the very, very early innings of Essential with this new cloud growth, and there's only going to be more increasing demand as there's more digitization of every city, every factory, every hospital, and so on. And he thinks that there's can be a long way to go for them to fill up on this growth. In the last quarter alone, Microsoft has jumped past its $600 billion market cap that it last saw during the dot-com boom. So that's like almost 2 decades ago, to about $715 billion, thanks to the cloud, and it could still have more room to go. So he's been focusing on cloud, and it's been working. It's been paying off. Microsoft is doing very well, and I think once people stop freaking out, I think February is just going to be a freak out month, but I think once people stop freaking out, I think things are going to calm down. I think the volatility is going to go down. In fact, someone commented on an article that the VIX has been going down, which could signal that the worst of it is over, that the sell-off, and I'm hoping that guy's right. I mean, he's just a commenter on an article, but still, he sounded like he's been doing some research. But anyways, there's just a lot of information, so you got to analyze it from both sides, weigh the pros and cons, make your own decision. We're going to see what happens in February, and we'll just take it one step at a time. So, with that said, if you guys like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are learning a lot from this channel. And if you, please get involved in the comments, because there's a lot of people with a lot of information that's been commenting lately. You can learn a lot from checking out the comments. And I hope you guys are getting value out of those as well as the content I'm putting out. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys have a great February. We'll cross our fingers. So hope you guys have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.